Paul feels air blowing across the top of his head. He reaches up and finds a hole in his skull. Turns out, just one day earlier, someone shot him in the back of the head, and a moment ago, he suddenly came back to life in the morgue. As he's climbing off the table, Danny, the morgue intern, pushes the door open and walks in. Seeing a guy who's supposed to be a corpse standing up, Danny is scared out of his mind. First, he throws up over and over, then he passes out cold. Paul grabs Danny's phone to call his wife. He wants to know what the hell happened. But the second the call connects, a strange man's voice comes through. Paul gets it immediately. He'd just been murdered and his wife already has another man. He's furious. He slaps Danny awake and warns him not to tell anyone. Then he storms home to confront his wife face to face. Paul shoves her aside and starts beating the guy. That's when his wife attacks him from behind. Paul is livid. He picks up an ornament to teach the guy a lesson, but suddenly he freezes. To protect her lover, his wife just drove a knife deep into his body. As Paul crawls away bleeding, the boyfriend stabs him one more time. Then the two of them dump his body out in the wilderness. But not long after, Paul wakes up again. He has no idea what's happening to him. All he can do is go back to the morgue and ask Danny. This time, Danny doesn't faint. He thinks Paul has the power to come back to life over and over. Paul gets nervous fast. If word ever gets out, he'll be taken away as a freak and studied. Paul is no ordinary guy. He's the number 2 man in the local mob. Years of loan sharking made him a fortune, and he hid all that cash in a secret location. Paul asks Danny to go pick up the money. He promises him a big cut once it's done. They get to the hiding spot, and Danny walks up to the door. Before he can open it, the door opens from the inside. Someone drags him in and beats him. Paul waits a long time, but Danny never comes out. He knows something's wrong. He pulls on a mask and charges inside. Upstairs, he runs right into 3 men about to leave. He takes all 3 down fast. That's when he sees the cash hidden in the wall is gone. He's sure these 3 are behind it. He takes their phones, grabs Danny, and drives off. Danny just watched Paul kill 3 men. He's terrified. He begs Paul to let him go. He swears he'll never say a word about any of it, but Paul says it's too late. If the cops catch him, he'll say Danny was his accomplice. Just like that, Danny loses all hope. Not long after, the police get a call and show up at the scene. The news starts covering the story. Right then, one of the phones Paul took starts ringing. The guy on the other end is watching the news. He knows every man he sent is dead, and he has no idea who picked up. Paul recognizes the voice instantly. It's the number 3 man in his own gang. Now it all makes sense. He got assassinated, and right after, all the money disappeared. Number 3 had to be behind it. Number 3 hears Paul is still alive and panics. He figures Paul is coming for revenge, so he sets a trap in his own office. Paul grabs an axe and goes after him. But when he gets there, the office is empty. Looks like the guy already cleared out. Then he spots a stack of cash on the floor. At least the trip wasn't a total waste. But the second he touches the money, the trap goes off. Soon after, Paul's wife gets a call from the police. Paul was shot to death. The boyfriend is stunned. Did Paul really come back to life again? This time, the two of them are careful. Paul's wife checks the body herself. Once she confirms there's no breathing and no heartbeat, she has the grave dug extremely deep. When Paul wakes up, he finds himself trapped inside a coffin. This time, there's truly nothing he can do. All he can do is scream in despair.